I'm going to draw something else real quick just to demonstrate the different views in action. And that's a brick wall in the distance. If you saw part one, this is where it came from. I'm going to quickly draw a rectangle here, and I don't want to deal with any of the other distractions. So now that I know that's there, I can hop over to drawing view and just deal with this. When drawing, if you want to manipulate around easily, if you hold Command and Option, Control and Alt at the same time, it'll bring up this Animator's desk disk, which does that. Let's just spin around and get at your art from all different angles, which is great. I'm going to grab a line tool and... Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you had an angle and use the line tool while holding shift, it's still going to do it like horizontally and vertically. So that's pretty neat. Go. Okay, now why am I showing you how to draw a brick wall? It's pretty standard stuff. Well, I'm going to show you how the cutter tool works. This isn't at all even, and it's not meant to be. I'm just knocking it up real quick, so come with some slack. All right, cutter tool underneath the select. I showed you before how it can, grab artwork and pull out chunks of it like that. But it also kind of just slices stuff off. Like that. How cool is that? I use this probably every day. It's really handy. Except when it decides to just straight up not work. But you can just click on parts like that and it will still kind of just grab anything. Now consider that these pieces of vector aren't flattened. They're still, one like solid piece that will just kind of, it's floating on top. But the cutter tool seems to override that somehow and notices that there are different shapes sitting on top of each other and kind of pretends that they are flattened even though that they aren't really. So I'm going to quickly swipe away every second line to make some bricks. There we go. That took like a second. Put another rectangle in the middle to make a sign. Select that, paste. Unfortunately, paste in place isn't a thing, which is a real shame. But if you, just nudge up and left a couple of times, you'll get it back there. So, I'm certainly not going to admit that this program's perfect at all, but yeah, still a lot better than Flash in my opinion. Alright, now I can use trusty old paint unpainted. Trusty old. And there we go. Change that red to a bit of, Oh yeah, one other nice thing I forgot to mention about the palettes. Which I'm not going to mention yet until I get my color right. Is this multi-wheel mode? How cool is that? You get all the different Photoshop looking color spectrums at the same time. And up here, which also appears here, you kind of get, similar colors, so you can make a bit lighter or a bit darker, and that's really handy too. Gradient picker there, alpha there. Make a couple of new colors. Gray border. Dealing with text is exactly the same. If you go to convert, break apart text layers, same thing as break apart. So I've shown you keyframing and positioning. Now there's one other part of keyframing that I really want to show off, and that is 3D space. If you go to Windows, Perspective, we see this. This is the perspective view. You can see down the bottom there is kind of a plane. If we hold Option and Control, sorry, if you hold Command and Option or Alt and Control, you can do this. How cool is that? So Toon Boom is set up in a true 3D environment made up of 2D objects. So what I want to do here is push this sign into the background and onto an angle. There's also top and side views. You can see the camera there. That's the focal point. That's what's within the view. So on this sign, I'm going to put it inside a peg, just as we did before, create a keyframe as we did before. And these free transform controls, if I grab Move and start manipulating it from the top view rather than here, look at that. So that is now, you know, physically further away. It's not getting smaller. Oh, sorry, I forgot first. Go to Layer Properties, check Enable 3D, and that will allow you to do rotation as well. So it won't just be creating parallax, but you can set things up like just completely like this. Second thoughts, I'll put it over this side, just so we can actually see it behind the tree. Yeah, that'll do. 3D space. If you go to the plus and add a camera layer, now things are getting extra fun, and start manipulating that. Sweet. The camera will move freely around the environment, so say goodbye to VCam. This one actually has the camera as an official part of the software. Oh man.